Hi, I'm Paul McCarran. I'm here at the retreat house of Loyola on the Potomac. In this diocese, Washington, we celebrate the Ascension on May 16th. The gospel is from the longer ending of Mark, where Jesus sends his disciples to proclaim the good news to the world. And then it says, after the Lord spoke, he was taken up to heaven, where he took his seat at God's right hand. The disciples preached everywhere, and the Lord affirmed his word in them with signs. They get right to work. The first reading is from Luke's second volume, the Acts of the Apostles. It describes the same event with a little more detail, but it makes the same point. Let the Lord work in you. Luke says, Jesus told his followers to expect to be filled with the divine Spirit, but then he had to remind them to let the Father direct the Spirit's work in them. And after Jesus had been lifted out of sight, says Luke, messengers from God had to remind the disciples again to do what Jesus told them to do. Return to Jerusalem and wait for the Father's promise to be fulfilled in you. There are two choices for the second reading that day. Both of them are from Ephesians. The selection from the first chapter of that letter encourages all disciples, that's now you and me, to rejoice because God wants to fill us with the same awareness that filled Jesus. A lively awareness that God wants to give us his power, his glory. Jesus, now raised to heaven, shares life with the Father in a way we can't yet understand. But the author invites us believers, to imagine what it will be like to be filled with the presence and power of God, just as Jesus is. Or we can simply do what the psalm that day recommends. All you peoples, clap your hands, rejoice. Simple.